Hey everyone, so I want to give you another update, COVID update here from the Children's Health Defense. Dr. Stella Emanuel, hydroxychloroquine advocate, sues CNN's Anderson Cooper for $100 million. She's accusing him of defamation and injuring her reputation. And, let me go here. So in the lawsuit against Anderson Cooper and CNN, Dr. Emanuel suing for $100 million. She's a licensed primary care physician who practices in Houston, Texas. She also serves an emergency room physician at Sabine Medical Center in Louisiana. She sees patients from all over Texas. In 2020, Dr. Emanuel was one of the medical professionals on the front line advocating early treatment for COVID-19 with hydroxychloroquine. On July 27th, 2020, so that's like a year, almost a year to the day, Dr. Emanuel appeared on the steps of the U.S. Supreme Court with Congressman Ralph Norman, Republican from South Carolina, and America's Frontline Doctors, Dr. Gould, Dr. Hamilton, Erickson, etc. America's Frontline Doctors is an organization built by a group of physicians who are committed to educating the American public and political leaders about hydroxychloroquine. CNN immediately retaliated to what they said in an effort to vilify, demonize, and embarrass President Trump. Cooper and CNN published a series of statement of fact about Dr. Emanuel that injured her reputation and exposed her to public hatred, contempt, and ridicule. First, they said Dr. Emanuel was spreading conspiracy theories. And then they said Trump promoted a doctor. Watch what she said about demons. Whose medical advice is the President of the United States now promoting? It's not Fauci. It's not Dr. Birx, not even Dr. Redfill. No, the president is promoting a doctor whose viral video has been very popular suddenly among QAnon conspiracy theorists and COVID deniers. She's a doctor from Houston who also believes that women can be physically impregnated by witches in their dreams. That's Dr. Stella Emanuel, who also has a ministry which promises on her YouTube page, quotes, deliverances from spirit husbands and spirit wives, parentheses, incubus and succubus, end quote. Wow, Dr. Emanuel, that the virus was a cure. Keeping him honest, just medically, that isn't true. They said that they also claim that she made videos saying using DNA from aliens, and they were trying to create a vaccine to make you immune from being religious. CNN's Anderson Cooper discusses President Trump's response to the coronavirus in a video he retweeted featuring a group of doctors making false claims. Social media giants remove viral video from false coronavirus claims that Trump retweeted. A video featuring a group of doctors making false and dubious claims related to coronavirus. They were removed from Facebook, Twitter, YouTube after going viral. Anderson Cooper likens President Trump to a snake oil salesman, saying the president is promoting disproven and harmful medical remedies. It is unconscionable. So she comes back and says Cooper and CNN's statements are materially false because, one, Dr. Emanuel did not spread conspiracy theories or misinformation and did not promote or advocate unproven drugs of any kind. Dr. Emanuel did not make any medically untrue statements about hydroxychloroquine and did not lie about hydroxychloroquine. Cooper and CNN attributed statements to Dr. Emanuel that she never made. Statements regarding demons and aliens were simply fabricated. Wow. So CNN, I just fabricated that? Wow. See, now this is what they do. They fabricate stuff and put it out there so it's in everybody's minds. And then when she goes to sue for defamation, you know, how many people are going to stop and read this lawsuit, you know? And unless you go to court and watch the trial, I'm sure CNN's not going to cover it. You know that. They're not going to be covering this trial. I'm sure CNN's gotten sued a lot, and CNN loses a lot. CNN also lost a lawsuit against that high school kid where they tried to make it look like he was harassing Native Americans, but in fact, it was the exact opposite. The Native Americans were harassing him with the drums and whatever. So CNN does this a lot. They lie about people, and they just lose in court because they want to destroy your reputation. All right, so Anderson Cooper mocked Dr. Emanuel, comparing her to a, quote, ointment salesman, Chuck Woolery, and implying that Dr. Emanuel was peddling snake oil when she was advocating a proven scientific treatment for COVID. Cooper and CNN juxtaposed a series of facts relating to Dr. Emanuel's professional medical experience and opinions and her personal religious beliefs so as to imply a connection and create the impression that she was unfit to perform duties of a licensed medical doctor. Wow. Although there were multiple respected frontline doctors on the steps of the Supreme Court, including Dr. Simone Gold, CNN chose to only attack one, the one medical doctor that President Trump mentioned by name. CNN's attacks were vicious and unjustified. By targeting and attacking Dr. Emanuel, CNN effectively caused the deaths of hundreds of thousands of lives who would have been spared if they had been treated with hydroxychloroquine. In addition to falsely attributing statements to Dr. Emanuel that she never made, such as alien DNA was used in medical treatments or demon sperm, CNN deliberately juxtaposed select edited portions of certain of Dr. Emanuel's personal spiritual sermon, Ministry in the Bible, Genesis chapter 6, which CNN producers lifted from the Firepower Ministries YouTube channel in an effort to ridicule Emanuel, portray her as crazy and medically unqualified, injure her reputation as a licensed physician, and suppress the use of hydroxychloroquine as a proven and effective treatment for COVID-19. Cooper's tone and facial expression in the podcast further demonstrate that he and CNN intend to endorse the defamatory meaning and implication of the words used. Taken as a whole, the clear defamatory gist of Cooper and CNN's statements is that Dr. Emanuel is unfit to be a medical doctor, that her medical judgments and advice were unsafe or unsound, and that she peddles disinformation, including harmful medical treatments that endanger patients. The qualities disparaged by Cooper, CNN, and their agents. Dr. Emanuel's, so this is what's going on. Doctors are getting attacked by these hacks, by these talking head globalists, New World Order supporters, like Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper is part of the globalists. That's why Meghan Markle kisses his butt. So it's Cooper and CNN's false statements. So they're using their power of CNN to try to destroy professionals, medical professionals, lawyers, whatever, you name it. Cooper and CNN's false defamatory statements injured Dr. Emanuel's reputation in business. She lost numerous business opportunities and unquestionably lost substantial income. Had it not been for Cooper and CNN's defamation, Dr. Emanuel would have treated more COVID-19 patients, and her reputation in America and globally would have been starkly different. Instead of being supported and known as a physician who has successfully treated COVID-19 patients and saving lives, Cooper and CNN made her out to be unqualified lunatic witch doctor, which should be shunned by the public and potential patients. Her voice and her ability to treat patients was impaired. Dr. Emanuel felt humiliated, sad, angry, and traumatized when she heard or read the false statements contained in Cooper and CNN's news segment and videos that were published worldwide. Many media outlets canceled their appearances due to the defamation. Potential business partners stepped back from joint ventures and business partnerships because of the enterprise risk created by Cooper and CNN. Dr. Emanuel suffered millions in lost income due to publications of the defamatory statements. So Dr. Emanuel seeks presumed damages, actual damages, special damages, and punitive damages as a result of the defendant's defamation and defamation by implication. Yeah, right, Dr. Emanuel. I was thinking I would want to get treated by Dr. Emanuel. She seems like a very good doctor. I know CNN's all full of lies. Everyone knows CNN is fake news. They lie and lie and lie. If CNN hates the person, you know they're very qualified. So Dr. Emanuel, citizen of Texas, private individual. CNN, a Delaware corporation. Oh, look, see, CNN's Delaware corporation. They're all in Delaware. CNN is a division of Warner Media. Yeah, Warner Media, also very evil. Warner Media is an operating segment of AT&T. AT&T, so look where the money's going. So CNN, Warner Media, AT&T, all the same thing. Avoid them all, boycott them all. Do not support them. Do not watch them. Don't use AT&T phones or anything or service. Don't use them. They're evil. They're part of the globalist agenda, in my opinion. Okay, so yeah, she's suing him because Cooper and CNN published and republished false factual statements, defamatory statements, and they harmed a very good doctor. And they attributed quotes that were not hers onto her. Cooper and CNN harbored an institutional hostility, hatred, extreme bias, spite, and ill will towards President Trump. This bias and prejudice motivated Cooper and CNN to publish the intentionally false statements about Dr. Emanuel. Cooper and CNN intended to inflict harm through knowing or reckless falsehoods. Cooper and CNN intentionally abandoned all journalistic standards and integrity in broadcasting, publishing, and republishing false statements. They did not seek truth or report it. They betrayed the truth for the sake of their institutional bias against President Trump and ratings. Yeah, institutional bias. There is a systemic bias against President Trump for sure. It still goes on. Rather than minimize the harm, Cooper and CNN immediately set out to inflict a maximum pain and suffering on Dr. Emanuel in order to harm her reputation and disparage the president. Cooper and CNN broadcast and published the statements in the broadest manner possible on TV, internet, social media, so the sole purpose of injuring Dr. Emanuel's reputation. They refused to be accountable, refused to acknowledge their mistake, and of course refused to apologize. As a sure sign of their actual malice, Cooper and CNN did not even bother to contact Dr. Emanuel for comment prior to publication. Blatantly violated, and New York Times did the same thing. Oh no, they're referring to Project Veritas versus New York Times. And by the way, Project Veritas won the court against New York Times. The New York Times was guilty of actual malice, was that it intentionally declined to seek comment from the plaintiff prior to publication, which blatantly violated New York Times' own published policies and ethical guidelines. So New York Times is also corrupt. Cooper and CNN repeated the false and defamatory statements in order to inflict insult, pain, and mental suffering on Dr. Emanuel. So all these damagings and earnings they owe her. In their broadcasts and statements above, Cooper and CNN juxtaposed a series of facts so as to imply a defamatory connection between them and conveyed statements in such a way as to create a false impression of Dr. Emanuel was incomplete and unfit to be a medical doctor. Cooper and CNN also created defamatory implications by omitting facts related to Dr. Emanuel's personal, religious, and spiritual beliefs, such as biblical foundation for her ministry, the healing of spiritual nature of her prayer, and the fact that statements cherry-picked by CNN from Firepower's vast library of spiritual ministry had nothing to do with her medical practice, credentials, or opinions. Cooper and CNN's statements constitute defamation by implication. The defamatory gist of Cooper and CNN's statements harmed Dr. Emanuel reputation, caused presumed damages, actual damages, and special damages, including loss of income and career damage and earnings impairment. So conclusion is they want $100 million, punitive damages determined by the jury, prejudgment interest on the principal sum. Wow. All right, good luck. Yeah, Dr. Emanuel, she's going to win this. CNN always loses these because CNN is wrong and the fake news. So fake news, CNN getting slammed with and going to lose another lawsuit of defamation against a very good doctor.